Good morning, welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska here with DJ Akademiks, Wayno, and Star. Guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Hey.
That guy.
What? How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. I'm a little sick, man. I think I got the thought flu, man. But it might be just a change in weather. But I'm trying to make it out here. How y'all doing? I'm drinking tea, all that.
Yo, Ak learned to drink, was it lemon with like honey in last year? For the first time you understood how that works. Good for you, bro.
Yeah,
Man, fuck what he's talking about. I'm heated right now. I almost hit a jogger this morning. Whew, please get out of my way early in the morning when I'm dipping in the Jag. I was bumping Cuban Doll, and a bitch comes out of nowhere with a reflector on her belt.
Oh, man.
That's a lawsuit you can't beat.
What the fuck?
Can't beat.
Through New York streets?
Jersey.
Oh, man.
Jersey.
Glad you didn't hit her. Glad everyone made it in safely
I'm
today.
feeling good. I
There
was
no
listening
problems.
to
Handle my business.
Computers this morning by Roddy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda in the green room. Like that got me up. So, I mean, I'm feeling good.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Yo, Wayno sold out on us, man. He definitely said fuck a hat today, man. We were supposed to be the hat gang.
Okay,
It was a
okay.
hat gang, man.
Baldy locks. You feel me?
Well, I'm not bald yet, man.
Yeah.
But the hairline, it's still hanging in there by a thread.
Yeah, mine's ain't. I'm gonna get a new one.
My new one?
I'm gonna get a new one.
You gonna get the Safari or you gonna get the Tiger?
Get the Tiger joint, not the Safari joint.
All the way.
Because the Safari
You
joint,
can't
like,
get in the pool with that.
You can't get in the pool with
You
that?
can't get in the pool with that one.
Oh, shit.
I'm getting a Tiger joint because I can get the braids, everything.
The Safari
Gonna be
one
lit.
come with waves, though. It's like
You
built.
could, I could cut my braid. I could have
Is it like
everything.
a lace front?
Listen, I'm gonna be the
There's lace
spokesperson.
front for men now.
I'm gonna be the spokesperson for the new line once I get my shit. I'm gonna pop up out the
Okay.
water. Like.
Yo, get your money.
I
get
take
that
mine
check.
all the time too in the back. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Salute, salute.
Salute, you know what I mean?
Alright,
New lines.
Now, you see, well, there's no more pressure for you to wear a hat now. You know what I mean?
I never had
pressure.
pressure. Listen, the thing about losing your line is that you have to know when to let it go. Like, I'm not gonna be the guy getting my shit lined up all the way back to here.
With it? Like,
here.
you show up to the court and like the headband is like on the top of your head.
The only reason why I wear a hat most of the time is because my hair grows back so fast. So it's like, it'll be like a mini fro in 2 days, but it's all back here. I'm not gonna be doing that to myself.
Right.
My hairline's making his debut in my music video.
Oh,
Watch your
shit.
music video soon.
Oh, shit.
The internet's
okay.
been waiting, Ak.
They've been waiting that.
Can't wait to
They've been
see
waiting.
this one. All right, so let's get into some topics. We're going to start with Lyor Cohen, who's now YouTube's global head of music. He gave a keynote speech at South by Southwest. He admitted that YouTube is a little bit late to the streaming music party, but says they're really focused on bringing diversity to distribution. Quote, he says, "The industry is going to return and grow by ads and subscriptions. There are plenty of listeners that are willing to pay. We're going to convert them to paid subscribers and make an enormous investment to launch a product people will be proud of." What do you guys think they can really do to compete right now? And do you see a lot of people wanting to pay for YouTube music?
I would like to jump in first and make an uneducated guess. I have not done the research. Usually I like to have data, but strictly uneducated. For me, yes, it's too late for YouTube to get into the streaming world and business. Good man, Lyor Cohen, I'm going to be respectful, but it sounds like he's losing his grip. I don't want to say he's lost it, but it sounds like he's losing his grip. He gave this speech at South by Southwest. That's where you're supposed to talk about what you're doing. That's not where you somewhat sort of raise a flag of surrender or doubt. And I think that's what his speech focused on. He was talking about the shifting landscape. I don't trust YouTube, and I think a lot of people don't trust YouTube as a content creator over the years. So much has happened. I know this is music streaming, it's a different division, but I don't trust them. I wouldn't subscribe to YouTube for streaming. I wouldn't do it me, and I'm in the industry. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
YouTube's facing, well, they're gonna face the uphill battle with this, just because if I've been getting some shit for free, like, first of all, niggas been using ad blocker with YouTube. Niggas don't even wanna see ads, you get me?
Right.
Again, when you give someone a product for free, it's hard to get them to now pay. People usually see no upsides. I remember and of course they're trying to convert this YouTube Red, which is a subscription for the entire YouTube, whether it's music or not.
Yeah, right.
And they're trying to say that plus Google Play, which obviously Google owns YouTube,
Right.
we're gonna create this hybrid thing. It'll compete with like the Tidals and Spotify's and Apple Music, but people already get the shit for free. And again, there's no upside to paying this fee.
Right.
Because you can still listen to the music.
Right.
So again, I don't see why people would do it. You're gonna have some people that do, but I don't think enough where we're gonna see a sizable difference. And by the way, one of the critiques of YouTube is that YouTube is not paying out a lot of money for streams or like 1 million streams of music compared to the other music sites.
Yeah, like I like YouTube a lot. I use YouTube a lot, but I don't want to pay for another thing to pay for. If they could find a way to implement some of the stuff that they're doing onto television, like I watch basketball a lot on ABC, and they always say stuff about like, you know, YouTube TV, this is brought to you by YouTube TV. So if they find a way to integrate sports with the music, different types of content within that, then it might be enticing, but still, I just don't want to pay for another bill. Like either it's $5 or $10 or something else to pay for.
And to add to that, like I do pay for Apple Music, and I fuck with Tidal.
Yeah.
I'm not on Spotify. But the big things for those platforms that even made me say, you know what, fuck it, man, because I've been downloading music illegally for years. You know what I mean? But what really
I think most people have.
Yeah.
Right.
But what really made it happen for me was like, yo, this is so easy. And it was like, yo, do I want to almost catch a virus every time I try to download a song? Or is just right here, the interface is super easy to use? That's why I stopped fucking with SoundCloud. SoundCloud is now trying to say, hey, you guys could pay for SoundCloud Go. If you've ever seen the app for SoundCloud, and I hope somebody from SoundCloud is watching, it's fucking garbage. It's the worst thing on earth. You can't have people pay for premium shit and your app is trash. YouTube as well. The YouTube app, okay, it's decent for watching videos.
Yeah, for watching videos.
But you can't even fucking like minimize the app and still have the music playing unless you have YouTube. And even then, it's not as easy to use as the other music streaming services. So I think they got a ways to go.
Yeah.
If they want to get my money.
I stream through Apple, but again, I just think that the overall consumer would have trust issues with YouTube. You as a content creator, do you have any trust issues with YouTube, or do you find them to be a credible source in terms of things outside of content and video playback and stuff like that?
I wouldn't distrust them when it came to music.
Really?
In any other terms of content creation, like for example, I'm a video creator on their platform.
Right.
Of course, there's mistrust, right? Like I don't know what they're on because they flip at any time.
Yeah.
But because they're getting hit with all these lawsuits by the record labels, and the record labels got their foot on their neck, and they're kind of being forced to get their shit right, they take that very seriously. When there's ad problems going around the platform, as there has been, go to any of these music channels or these songs that are doing millions of streams, and they try to push the ads there. Yeah. And they give the ads there a higher percentage than ads for like creators. Like
You know, it'd be lit if they added some sort of social media component for all the people that troll on the comments, where they can engage in forums or something like that. But that's too much game. We ain't gonna get.
They might. To you guys, to your point, if they're gonna really like go for this, I'm sure there's gonna be a rollout coming.
Yeah.
Maybe an updated app. I can't imagine that they're planning to launch it with this existing system. So we'll see.
We'll see.
They might have some things hidden. In the meantime, so Lyor's guy, Young Thug, has been previewing some new music on Instagram. Let's listen.
You can't give up a G. I been having to spell you that swag. My brothers, I put on my back, my teeth. I went to prison and learned some things. I never gonna see one of them again. I jumped off the porch, just spread my wings. I ran out of Ricky Rats at 13. Me and Quan, yeah, we met on a tree. We made that back, never slide the tea. She eat that dick, then wipe it clean. Blind my bird, my brother, my teeth. Never wipe with a thought 19. Jump red down, yeah, we got them real. The green bean moon, cause he out here tell. Hey, boy, I will pop that man. Big bird, we ain't run no pill. We put 15 right in the
These ain't not yet. The beauty of it.
right now.
Yeah.
Is that glitter on the socks?
Or is that
Purple
lint on his
socks?
socks?
That might be too much to be lint. But so Young Thug has more music coming. He allegedly has a single with Nicki on the way, maybe, a rumor. What do you guys think about this? Anyone? Don't look, everyone's looking at Star. You already know what's coming. You already know what's coming.
I actually liked it. Honestly, a lot of times about these little previews of a snippet or just hearing a snippet is like, it's all about the delivery. Like, he was having fun with it. It tells me the song's probably like fun. I can't really tell too much about like 20 seconds of a song.
Yeah.
Only for Meek Mill, right? He's the only one where
Only
you can
Meek Mill.
tell. All right.
Meek
You can hear him.
Meek Mill's screaming so
You
loud
can hear him, right?
that if you don't get it, like something's wrong with you.
Right,
But
right.
for everybody else, it's like, all right, like, do I get the hook? Does it seem like something I could bump for like 2 minutes? It seems like it's dope. But I remember him saying he wasn't dropping no music, but clearly he was trolling. Like, he's been trolling.
What about the deaf brother? Come on, that was low. That was low. The man said, I'm pulling back. Yeah, there are certain things I'm going to stand on till the day I die. And with regards to the formula of credibility or people being posers. I'll even take back what did I call him? A culture vulture? I'll take that back. I'll now call him a fucking parasite. Get the fuck out of here. He said on his deaf brother, he was taking time off. Now he's talking about exclusive sneakers. I got no problem with him getting manis and petties, the glitter on the fucking socks, all that bozo shit. But what about taking time off on his deaf brother? Can someone respond to that?
Well, maybe, and again, maybe he's on some Prince shit where he got a new moniker now called Sex. Maybe he's not gonna release music as Young Thug. He's releasing music as Sex, the sex tape.
But the deaf
Sex
brother,
tape.
that doesn't affect anybody? You're just gonna bypass that?
I was kind of shocked at the brother thing. I mean, I'm never upset for new Young Thug music. I couldn't really get too much out of the clip, but the drums. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect sometimes from these artists.
But did anybody believe that? Young Thug is an infamous troll.
Word.
Infamous troll.
Yeah, he's definitely a troll.
And again, I think every time he trolled, yesterday he just said some wild stuff on Twitter that had everybody talking about on Instagram, but at this point, I'm used to him trolling. I know he's not sincere about what he's saying. He was saying something to Lil Durk. He's like, hey, my love, for you, right is right and wrong is always right for you. And it seems like he's almost like trying to wine and dine and trying to swoon Lil Durk off his feet. Now,
But he
I think
always
it's
talk
trolling.
like that, yeah. He always trolling like
I believe
that.
he's trolling.
Yeah.
So I do agree with you, like bringing your deaf brother into it. Like,
Yeah, that was a
little
bit much.
That was low. That was low.
But it's Young Thug.
I know.
And also, do you think a label was gonna really sit there? First of all, he's on 300. 300 is hurting right now. Okay, Migos left them. They're having a lot of success over Capitol. Young Thug is the main star over there. You're the main horse. This is the Kentucky Derby. Yo, we need some records. Okay, I know we still in the first quarter technically, but we need something to pop off soon because it's looking pretty thin. They do got T Grizzly and a couple other people, but it ain't the most jumping place over 300. Yeah. They probably told Young Thug, nigga, get up on the gram and preview some music. We gotta drop an album.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about 300 is they was the ones who started like the new wave of young artists. They was the first people to get it before Atlantic got it. So it's crazy to see where they at now, but Thug, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you never know what to expect with him.
Never,
does he even have a deaf brother?
I don't know. I know he has a lot of brothers.
So we're just entertaining the misleading shit. We're just having
I mean, this whole culture is misleading. With him, at least it's entertaining, and I like him as a musician.
Isn't
so
that
it's like
sad, though?
whatever. I mean,
These days,
there's no credibility.
These days, trolling becomes what's talked about in the news, and we have a hard time deciphering if they're being sincere or not.
I get it. I support the bullshit, but I'm just saying, hey, no credibility. Wow. Okay.
the music's good.
Will you be checking out Sex's new music?
No.
Sex is new music.
His name is Sex. That's what he says.
No.
Will you be referring to him as Sex?
I won't be referring to him at all. If I do, maybe I'll just call him the fucking maggot and leave it at that. Again, certain things I will stand on by way of, formulas and history and appreciating genuine artists. But if that's what you guys consider to be a genuine artist, I can fall the fuck back and not have an opinion. Mind my business.
All right, come on, Sex. Just give us an album. In the meantime, let's some positivity, man. All right, so Trippie Redd and XXXTentacion, we know they've collaborated in the past. They recently had some tension when Trippie claimed that X started hanging out with Tekashi 6ix9ine because he was hanging out with Drake. Now, during a recent benefit concert in Florida, X actually shouted out Trippie on stage, called him an amazing artist. Let's take a look.
Not long ago, I was a piece of shit. I will tell you all personally, I was a piece of shit person, bro. And I can admit that, bro. I was not a good person. But I've been trying my best to change myself. And I got a song with this amazing artist, bro. There's an amazing artist that I made this song with, bro. And I know that this motherfucker probably hates me for whatever reason he has, but I don't care. I'm taking this as a chance to say, bro, I love you and I love the world, bro. I appreciate you and I appreciate all of you. Play fuck love. I thank you very much, brother. Y'all ready, man? Play that shit. Y'all know the words to this, y'all sing it at the top of your...
All right, so Trippie did respond on Instagram saying, I love you too, bro. It takes a real man to speak on shit and really apologize. I'm always in your corner, and I also apologize for anything I've said about you. This is so adorable. Rappers making up, hot or not?
A bromance.
Hey, it's just funny how they start. Imagine, this is how, and again, we gotta always remind ourselves that when we critique some of these artists, and they've said it too, like they're like 19, sometimes 18 or younger, they're beefing over. We're supposed to be friends, and you hang out with that guy.
They're not not beefing. That's
or they did have problems.
Tweefing.
Or they did have problems. But think about that. You're hanging out with him, and I don't like him. And then it's like, well, you're hanging out with him, and I don't like him. And that, come on,
Some
now.
high school shit.
Exactly.
Some high school shit.
Bromance shit. That's a bromance. Pardon me for cutting you off. I'm gonna keep the same energy here as I do at home, and I'm ashamed to say when I'm at home sipping on some yak, and I'm looking at the circus of hip hop. If you ain't talking about the chopper or the calico with the double action or the Draco, fuck out of here.
Wait.
That's a gun, the calico with double action.
No, I know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that, what do you mean? Like,
we just sat here and spoke about hip hop being misleading and promoting the bullshit. Okay, so I'm keeping the same energy here.
You want the violence.
What's that?
You want the violence.
Not the violence, but I'm just saying, if you ain't talking about the chopper or pulling out the fucking Draco, get out of here. I don't want to hear these two making up. I like that song, Fuck Love. I like it. It's a timeless song. It can go beyond certain boundaries. It could almost be a classic because it doesn't necessarily point towards a certain generation or demographic. Great song, but I don't want to hear this shit about making up. Get the fuck out of here. It's fugazi. I don't believe it.
I'm glad that they made up because they do make good music together. They previewed another song which supposedly Trippie was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to put it out, but I think X's team at that point, because they're not cool, said, man, if you don't take this shit the fuck off the gram, sent a cease and desist through his team and said, this shit not coming out because we're not cool. So them now both apologizing.
Right.
Hopefully we could get some good music. Again, we're seeing these petty beefs all over the place. X was mad at Ski Mask, and Ski Mask was mad at X. These are two guys who are like brothers. Again, they're like 19 and 18 or like 20.
X gets caught up in a moment. Like I think he's feeling good. Like he's having a good first week. People is receiving his music very well, from the people who like mumble rap to the people who like actual rap, whatever you want to divide it as. But he's just feeling good. I think that's something that should have just been a phone call as opposed to a whole segment on the show. But as long as they not, I didn't see anything coming between both of them as far as physical and no real beefing, but as long as
No, would you?
Yeah.
X is a hell of an actor.
Well, Trippie
He's an actor.
said they were trying to pull up for the fade. But I will say, in regards to, this is like about the 100th time that people are beefing over Drake without Drake being involved. Let's be honest, right? This beef or this problems or tweefing, or you want to consider it, right, started because one artist who doesn't like Drake saw his friend, or the guy who says his best friend, start hanging with Drake.
A bromance.
So Drake is not responding to it. Drake doesn't give a fuck.
Because he's like, what the fuck?
Trippie was supposed to be on God's plan. He didn't end up being on God's plan. Drake is just somewhere chilling, watching this fuckery like, yo, y'all are beefing over me? Probably don't like both of y'all.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. It is off the wall.
Guys, if it's not about the Drake or the Calico, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, if you ain't talking about the chopper, fuck out of here. Handle your business behind the scenes.
I say that when it comes to like, if y'all gonna go lyrical sparring, like, yeah, I wanna hear that shit. Like, if we're gonna talk about lyrical sparring, I wanna hear that type of content. Like, but we can't even get that anymore. It's like, when we get a beef now.
That's old shit.
Yeah, that's old
lyrical
shit. It's like,
sparring.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like nobody makes songs dissing each other anymore. It's like the diss record now is the Instagram clip.
Richard Kid got one dissing Uzi. Remember we talked about it.
It still ain't come out yet. I done forgot about it.
These niggas today diss each other on up on the gram with emojis.
Yeah, right.
It's nice to see some camaraderie. But look, if you guys are not into the love and the making up, you might like this next topic. Poor Lil Xan still catching heat for his Tupac comments.
Good God almighty.
All right, so Father decided to get on Twitter and aim some words at him. He said, you might have been better off getting stomped out than dropping this soft-ass video. So he's talking about Lil Xan's response to the high school mob that ran up on him. Poor Lil Xan.
said the same thing.
Poor Lil Xan.
You definitely said the same thing. Definitely said the same thing. So poor Lil Xan, now he responded and then deleting, saying, I grew up thinking Father and Awful records were the dopest shit, so it sucks to see an artist that I took a lot of inspirations from say this, but it's all love. And we also have Rich Homie Quan telling Big Boy why he thinks Lil Xan is whack. Let's take a look.
Who's the wackest in the game right now?
I would have to say the wackest in the game right now would have to be Lil Xan.
Lil Diego. Yeah,
Yeah,
Xan.
from what he said. And I ain't never even heard his music.
Right.
You feel me?
You
So
just
it's
basing it on
because I don't have a bad heart. So I'm basing it on what he said.
about Pac.
Yeah, man. You know, and I messed up Biggie lyrics, but I ain't never say nothing about bad about Pac.
Right, not
Or
Right.
bad
Yeah,
about
they
Biggie.
came at you on the
Oh,
Biggie
but
thing. Huh?
they tried to take my head off.
Right, right. Here you
Yeah.
are thinking that you paying homage. You know what I'm saying?
It's sad when you're an easy target because you realize other people who they know who to pick and choose to go at, everybody comes at you. I love Rich Homie Quan, but Rollo was on Instagram calling him out for a good 9 months, constantly calling him out of his name very disrespectfully. He never said a word. You get me? Now Lil Xan is getting a lot of fire. He has no problem speaking on him. And also speaking about what he said, let's remove Lil Xan saying Tupac didn't have a lot of clout or was boring, whatever, right? If anybody should understand saying some shit and then realizing you put your foot in your mouth, it should be Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan had a couple songs that leaked from a studio that apparently, because he came and told us that Birdman didn't pay the fee on. And the studio said, fuck it, if Birdman ain't gonna pay us, we're gonna leak all your shit. Some of the songs that came out had Rich Homie Quan talking about and fantasizing about him raping a chick.
Oh, jeez.
You get me? And he came out, he said, yo, those are unfinished songs, I apologize, whatever, whatever. And he got killed for a little while, but people kind of forgave him for that.
Yeah.
And that's more serious than saying you don't like Pac. So I would think that he would have a soft spot for Xan. But again, when you're the easy target, everybody gets a one-up by just shitting on you.
Well, look.
That's why I think that the last thing, I think Lil Xan got to link up with OG Greedo and start bullying niggas, man. Fuck it, man. Because you're the easy target. Everybody shitting on you for some clout.
Well, now the joke is no longer on Rich Homie Quan the way it once was, so now the joke is on somebody else, so it's always gonna pass. But the crazy thing about Lil Xan is that Tupac's narrative and his music has now become Xan's narrative. Me against the world. Xan, you gotta keep your head up. You know what I mean? Like, in these tough times, it's like, you should be listening to Pac. You can learn a few things, you know what I'm saying? But
I like that analogy. I like that.
Thank you, my
Me
brother.
against the world.
Yes. It's, you know, Xan, everybody's coming at Xan now. The thing about Xan is that he's just he's gonna have to learn how to get through this, man.
So him responding to father, especially in an emotional way, being like, look, man, I grew up listening to you guys. I idolize you. You're hurting my feelings. As a rapper, is that not the move?
You ain't gotta say it like that. You hurt my feelings.
That's what I read in it.
So crazy.
And then he deleted it. I'm saying he's being honest, but I feel like it's making
I
it
think he's
even
being
more of a target.
honest and sincere. And if I can just say, I have lived to see another nigga named Father in the rap game. Salute to Father MC. I must be as old as dust. Maybe it's time for me to fucking retire. I give, based upon what Rich Homie Quan just said, I give Lil Xan a pass. And has Rich Homie Quan redeemed himself? Has he gotten back up and spit the Biggie bars? That's sacrilege, my nigga. That's sacrilege to fuck up the Biggie bars.
You didn't say that they set him up though, right?
It doesn't matter. If anybody should know Biggie bars, it's young niggas of today. Come on, people put him in the category of being one of the
But
best
we're also
ever.
we're also giving Xan a pass.
I'm giving Xan a
Tupac
pass.
is whack, so why?
I'm giving Xan a pass. Lil Xan's running around with a Tupac shirt on now. He's copping a plea. He's waving a cop down. He don't want no smoke. As he said, he's sorry. He's genuine. Rich Homie Quan to now call Lil Xan the worst? Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
That is the thing though. When a nigga is saying I don't want to, yo, he's wearing a Pac. Yo, the next thing he's gonna do by next week, he got a.
He gonna have a nose ring. He gonna have a nose ring.
Tupac tattoo under his eye. like, when are we gonna stop, yo? He really want no smoke.
Yeah, he
Like,
wants
I mean,
no
the first-
smoke.
leave him
But it's
alone.
funny. That's why people gonna keep picking on him. The thing with Rich Homie Quan is like, yeah, he did do bad with the Biggie lyrics, but I would have never picked him to do Biggie's lyrics. They should have never picked him to do it. The same way how I wouldn't pick a New York artist to know Outkast's lyrics, a Goody Mob, or a CeeLo Green. I wouldn't pick a New York artist to do a CeeLo Green rendition. You know?
But if you were picked,
If I was picked, I would
Rich
do my
Homie
due
Quan,
diligence.
and you were picked, how much preparation time did he have?
It sounds like not much, right? That's
From
what
what
he
I'm
said.
hearing, he
very
said
last
like
minute.
a day.
They sprung it on him. He explained. He came up and explained. I just can't remember, but it sounds like
Biggie.
short notice.
Biggie.
But I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but I don't- I'm
what's
sorry
the
to-
line that we're drawing? So we're saying this new generation does not owe it to any of the legends to have respect, but someone like a Rich Homie Quan does. Is there like an age cutoff we're working with here? What's the difference?
Hey,
Just playing devil's advocate. I'm just asking.
I don't know, because it seems like everything goes nowadays with everything. I mean, me personally, I like Scarface, but it's songs that people in Houston might know from Scarface that I have no idea about. Even UGK, the first time I ever heard UGK was Big Pimpin'. But it's people in Houston that didn't know Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what Mobb Deep means to me, UGK doesn't mean to me. So there's always gonna be like a discrepancy or a divide between what something means to one person and another. And in hip hop as a whole, all this shit means something to everybody. If you gotta do somebody's lyrics, just take some preparation. People gonna keep picking on Lil Xan. This shit's not going nowhere no time soon.
My last words for Rich Homie Quan is that I'm glad, by the way, he just dropped a project and it sounds good. He was cold as ice, like for the last couple months, probably last year. But he's kind of starting to heat up, and I'm glad for him because he's tremendously talented. I just want him, when he's commenting on Lil Xan, or because he did take a moment to shit on him, just remember that people were shitting on you like a couple months ago when you weren't that hot. And like, you should know how it feels. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, Rich Homie, I had to mention his music. Please go check out his shit because his shit's kind of hot.
Oh, you sound compromised.
Little plug.
Nah.
Rich Homie's also talented, dude.
Now, Rich Homie talented, but ever since he left Young
He's very
Thug-
talented. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just talking. If you're finished, I'm gonna play the race card. If you're black, you should know some Biggie lyrics. Fuck out of here with Rich Homie Quan. I give Lil Xan a pass. That's it.
Okay.
I get it.
All right. So Lil Pump back with the Gucci Gang remix. It's like triple the length, at least, of the original song. Gucci Mane, J Balvin, 21 Savage, and more. Let's listen to a snippet.
Back in the day, they was calling me Ray. One with a yay, jump on a K. Fuck with Lil Pump, you get shot in the face. Gucci the gang, so we watching the snakes. Made me 8 meals, so I bought her a rave. 2 shows in a day. Brick on the plate. LA to the 8, then it's back to the Bay. Gucci gang, Eskimo froze like.
All right, Ak, you played the original song 500,000 times last year. How do you feel about the remix? Who had the best verse?
This shit was trash. But too long, man. Like it was just like, what are we listening to? You feel me? Like, again, there was a couple people with some dope verses. 21 always just seamlessly like bodies a verse. Gucci shit was dope. I won't mention the whack ones. But Bad Bunny, okay? Bad Bunny had the best verse to me. I didn't even know what he was saying. I'm telling you, I got on Google Translate and Rap Genius. And I figured it all
Fire,
out.
man.
Yo,
Stop
trust me,
it, Ak.
these Latin
Stop
artists,
it. I'm talking about saying
If
that
you want
verse,
to,
saying that verse was the best verse.
You know why? Because Gucci Gang, the beat is never a beat where I'm analyzing lyrics. I'm only analyzing flow.
So why you got on Genius then?
Just because I want to see what the hell the fuck he's talking about.
But when you translate Spanish to English, that shit is all over the place.
All right. However, what I'm saying is like his flow, he changed his flow like 3 times during the beat. Like, like he went through some melodic shit. Listen to his shit on there as opposed to everybody else. They're just rapping to rap.
Okay, so
he really does some other shit with his
did Bad
voice.
Bunny not have the best verse?
Listen, by the time I got to 3 minutes, I couldn't take it anymore. The shit is 8 minutes
So you
and
think
3
it's trash,
seconds.
too?
I like Gucci's verse. It was perfect for him.
Man. Call it trash.
I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like the shit because it was too long. It was just like everybody should have had like a 8-bar verse or a 4-bar verse like going into each other to make it shorter. By the time it was at 3 minutes, I was like, yo, this shit is still on, like for real. But I mean, I like Gucci's verse and I like 21 Savage's verse, but that shit is just too much. I didn't even get to hear the version with Remy Ma on it.
Oh, wow.
Me and Chops have been arguing if this is the official remix, and he says, "Oh, Lil Pump shit."
What is it,
Hey,
Chops?
first of all, none of Lil Pump songs are over 2 minutes long, and this song is 8 minutes.
Exactly.
That
shit is-
You think
I was
someone stitched it
dying, dog.
together and put it out?
Lil Pump song is 1 minute and 30 seconds. This shit is 8 minutes.
I like the Gucci Gang original because it's short and to the
This shit
point.
is longer than Lil Pump's whole album. Fuck out of here. Lil Pump ain't even listen to this whole thing.
Star, what
Trust
did you
me.
think? And you guys feel like he timed this with his new Warner deal?
Nah, it's too long, as you just
Okay.
said. You know, his songs are 2.5 minutes tops. I didn't listen to this whole thing.
Right.
After not even 3 minutes, I said, man, what is this shit? I got something else to do. Cut that shit off. I didn't even hear the last couple of verses. I was too busy.
I was watching
Fuck outta
the
here.
Boston versus Thunder game last night, and maybe 4 or 5 plays happened back to back to back, and they went to commercial. I'm like, yo, this shit is still on.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time for one record.
Hey, again, I told y'all the story, man. I was in the studio with my writers for my mumble rap tape, and I had a song that was 3 minutes long, and they looked at me and said, you
Cut
must
that
be on
shit short.
You must be on that old school shit. Nobody makes songs over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I had to cut a whole verse out.
There are songs that are good, that are very long. One of my favorite songs is Logic's Under Pressure.
No. Oh, no,
But he's rapping, talking about shit.
Exactly.
I can't
This is
listen
the
to that
Gucci
shit.
Gang,
That's what I'm saying. I
B-Rap.
can't listen to that
You're
shit for
supposed
9
to
minutes.
flex, stunt, and then get the fuck out.
Get out.
Yeah, man. I'm cool.
All right,
on
so
the
we're
Gucci
not
Gang
feeling the
remix.
Gucci
Not
Gang
feeling it.
remix.
Pass.
Everybody should have had like one line.
Do you think he picked the right people to be on the track if they just made it shorter?
I really need confirmation that that Lil Pump even knows who half these niggas are. Like, really.
Okay. I'm keeping.
I thought this was because he got played on OVO radio. I thought this was just like OVO radio just came back because Drake just signed another big ass deal. I'm looking for the money.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Pocket watching.
Of course, I'm always pocket watching. So I thought they just because they're used to premiering new exclusive shit. I thought they just kind of solicited verses because this don't seem like no Lil Pump shit. It's not on iTunes. It's not on Spotify or Tidal. I don't know.
Still don't know that it's not official. Look, is the remix done? There used to be a time where if you saw a list of artists you really liked on a remix, you would actually get excited. I feel like it's over.
I don't think the remix is done, but like I would have just kept it to 21 and Gucci.
No Bad Bunny?
I think it's done. I think it passes mark.
You could have did a Latin version.
Because
he's trying to jump. Pump is trying to jump into
he's
being.
smart. He knows like they're killing it right now.
Uzi song. Nicki hopped on Uzi song for the remix, and she also hopped on Plain Jane. I thought those remixes.
So no posse cut then, like a remix with 1 or 2 people, but I'm talking about like 5, 6 people
like
on a
remember when the game used to do like
Who
this is
had
the West
the last
Coast
dope
remix
one?
with
Yeah.
30 artists? Nah, that's over, man.
Like One Train,
That's over.
whatever the Rocky track was, like it feels like those.
Do y'all remember the One Blood remix with 50 artists on it?
Hell yeah. Everybody only had like 4 bars though. Like nobody had like a 16.
Super long,
like
man.
everybody on Gucci Gang got like a 16 or 24.
It's been 10 years since like it was cool to do, this is the Atlanta version, the New York remix, and then we got the West Coast. Nah, we don't want to hear that
It's
anymore.
over.
We don't want to hear that anymore.
All right, in other news, Bow Wow still thinks he's the best rapper baller. Let's take a look.
All right, we in this motherfucker. Sweat like a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah!
Yeah, okay. 1-1 right now.
You got P&B, who else we got?
Shit, anybody else want it? We in here now, though. We ain't playing the games. We ain't got the money on the wood. It's about to go down, game 2. We working. I'll give y'all the results in a minute. Boy, they got a nigga nigga walking crazy in the gym. Boy, nigga walking crazy, boy. This nigga feel 31 for real like this motherfucker. Nah, it was, man, it was, you know. I try to go to the whole dirt, kept hacking a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
The only reason we ain't play for 20 because all the players ain't here, you feel me? We just play free, you feel me?
Yeah, couple dollars, you know.
Fucking him up. His girl got the footage.
What? You fucking
She gonna edit
Oh,
it.
hey, we gonna tell the
She
real.
edit it.
We gonna tell
Look,
the real shit.
She gonna edit it.
Hey, I had this nigga on lock.
She gonna edit it.
Hey, I had this nigga on lock.
It's Bow Wow, man. That
Okay.
I don't know, man. Is Bow Wow about to have a big year in 2018?
Man, I can't believe Calvin Cambridge lost to Lil Durk in basketball, man. I just can't believe this shit, man. Lil Durk, he from Chicago. The type of shooting they doing is a little bit different than what happens on the basketball court. I didn't think that he was gonna lose to Lil. I didn't even think Durk could ball like that. He challenged everybody, even Chris Brown. And apparently he beat Bow Wow. Bow Wow don't look 31. Bow Wow had to remind me. Apparently, like, his ankles start fucking, like...
He was out of breath. He was dying on
That nigga just whipped Lonzo Ball's ass, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bow Wow's got skills. He beat your boy.
Now he's my boy.
Yo, as
So
soon as,
you're not claiming Lonzo Ball?
as soon as you mention the Lakers,
He's
it's
my
like
boy.
You're not claiming Lonzo Ball?
I'm a Laker fan, man. He plays for the team.
the star point guard.
Isn't he the franchise player?
No, he's not the franchise
No?
player. They don't have a franchise player. The Lakers don't have it. That's why they're trying to acquire everybody. They don't have
Why
a
you guys have
franchise
to piss
player.
him off every time we talk about basketball?
No, every time they say some Lakers shit. See, we was talking about Bow Wow. You brought up Lonzo Ball. As soon as you say Lonzo Ball,
But he called
then it
the
turns
man.
into some
Word.
Wayno and the Lakers shit. Come on, man.
don't
Don't
watch
do me
no
like
ball?
that today, man.
I'm just hating off the top. I don't give a shit either way. You know, salute to Bow Wow and Durk.
I don't know if Bow Wow is gonna have a big year, but since everybody's doing all this basketball shit, like at Complex Con, can we do like a celebrity game but implement like the own rules, like how Ice Cube has the 4-pointers and shit? Like do some ill shit.
Hey, they're gonna steal your idea and not pay you, nigga. You
Oh,
saying
man.
way too much. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
What happened with you two guys? That never...
We never
You don't
played.
want to play. You don't
Man.
want to play.
Where the hell we gonna play?
Oh, all right. We're not gonna. I don't want to do this today,
All right,
man.
look,
This shit
we in
runs
Jersey.
my blood
Look,
pressure,
we,
man.
We in Jersey. We both live in Jersey.
I don't live in Jersey. Don't be telling people I live in Jersey.
Nigga, you jacking New York, nigga, you talking about garages.
Yeah, you just say you had a garage and a patio.
You don't got that living up in Brooklyn.
Hey,
nigga.
man.
I know, we live in the slums, right, in Brooklyn?
Nah, I ain't say the slums. You a millionaire. You're a millionaire.
definitely said
So
the
where
slums.
you live at, it's a little bit different.
You keep spreading
They
these lies
gentrified
out.
all that shit.
Spreading all
Oh,
these
man.
lies out here.
She's the only person of color over there.
All right, I feel like we gotta go.
Right.
Right. All right, guys, that's our show for today. We'll see you.
Speaking of which, Bow Wow. If you really want to get your year right, man, the next person you got to play in one-on-one is Cheeks Boss, man. Yo. You got to get that. You got to get that run back with him, man.
Oh, man.
How's Cheeks doing?
I don't know, man. Salute the Cheeks Boss, man.
You gonna manage him?
No, I'm not managing anybody as far as rappers. But salute the Cheeks Boss, man. He's on the come up, man. Salute to my man Zoe Dallas. That's family right there.
Salute to Zoe. Cheeks Boss, man.
All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. on Complex News.